This is the Tarot, Tea Leaf and Oracle forecast for the month of July 2019. We have a look at the energies that will be swirling around you. It will affect some of you, the whole story. Others of you, only certain aspects of it will touch on your life. So if you'd like a personal or private reading, or that incredible soulmate reading, or even to subscribe to the weekly star sign update, so that it can help you navigate your way through challenges or situations, or even take a peek into your future to see what happy occasions are going to turn up for you, then please contact me via the link in the description box below. That is via the website. You will see you can purchase and order your readings there. Right, Cancer, so I made a cup of tea for you. We're going to have a look at the tea leaf story, the symbols that are in your tea leaf that have left a story for you. There is a lot of symbols in your teacup, so I'm just going to read the main ones because we don't have time. I'll be here all morning, and we'll have a look at the main ones that jump out for you. So what I see first and foremost is a star, so some kind of guaranteed success with something in the month. There's a lot of little shoots and leaves coming up here. For me, that means that there's potential growth for you in the month of July, something that sprouts from the ground up, and something that sprouts out of, I get that feeling of it sprouts out of a situation that you don't think something new can grow from, but it actually does. And there's a lot of that in here, and I get that distinct feeling. I see an arrow pointing towards a little trail of money for you. So for some of you, there's some source of income this coming month. I see a big letter C. So that will mean something to somebody as well. And then this array of things. And there I see a wishbone. Isn't that nice? For someone, there's a wish fulfilled. There's also a butterfly and a bat. Now, a bat can sometimes feel as if if forces are working against you. But the butterfly then means that it brings in a change for the better. And I get that distinct kind of feeling for your reading. It's as if there's a situation which you feel things are working against you, but it's the potential for growth, despite the fact that, from appearances, it doesn't look as if anything could grow from that or come from that, but it can. You get the oracle cards, which is by the book, The Tribe, and Time to Go. In the month of July, it's definitely a case of needing to do things. Cross your T's, dot your I's. You're going to discover that. You're going to see that. You're going to realize you have to go with a system in July, whatever the system means to you. In the process, you discover a sense of belonging, either with a group or with an organization, or people that are perhaps doing things the same way as you. This leaves you towards the end of the month or the middle of the month onwards with the feeling that there's a situation you're now going to leave behind. Sometimes a time to go can mean that you actually have to leave people behind, or a job behind, or something like that. It feels more like a situation, a core belief system, a set of structures that you have worked with up to now. Now it's time they get left behind. It can be that you spent a lot of time just defying the system. And in July, you suddenly find that it's in your best interest to work with the system. There's definitely that kind of feeling there. And when you work with the system in July, you find your tribe. You find the people that have the same goals, aspirations as you do. And that can always help things to sort of move forward faster, to help things to grow that were just sort of in the planning stage. Definitely has that kind of feeling to it. So it's worth your while in the month of July, and you're going to come to that realization yourself that to do things by the book is going to have the fastest, quickest outcome for you, and it's going to have you leaving an old situation behind. For your relationship cards, I have two sets of cards. The one set is for those of you in committed partnerships or relationships, and the romance angel cards is for those of you that are looking for relationships. Right, let's start with those of you in relationships. You get loyalty, you get wisdom. There's a thread running through your reading in July. If I keep pausing, it's because I'm listening to what the message is. And it seems to be the straight and narrow, doing things within parameters that, you feel are right, that you feel is the system. And once again, it comes to play in your relationship. Loyalty is very much about remember the part your partner plays in your life. They support you, they chose you, they committed to you, they're part of your system. And have the wisdom to treat that in a way that not only nourishes it, but sustains it for the future is the definite message coming through for you. And you're going to come to that realization in July, those of you in relationships. You're going to realize that your loyalty to your relationship will be what is your home and your comfort and your place to come back to in July. And you're going to be wise enough to realize that there's a certain amount of wisdom involved in realizing that that counts so much in your life. And it does in most Cancerians' life. It is important to them, a home base. And a home base has to have people in it too, especially for Cancerians. Now, those of you looking for relationships, you get soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. What I see here, what I hear here, the story is someone in your midst you are overlooking. In your quest for looking for somebody, you either overlooking them because you're searching that much, or you're overlooking them because you are searching for something that is perhaps right under your nose, but you want it to be a certain way or packaged a certain way, or you have certain ideas. Get to know the people around you, someone you've met before, someone you already partially know. Get to know them better, because there's a soulmate in there. And as you get to know them better, you're going to realize that that person is a soulmate. Now, your tarot cards are very interesting because you've got masculine, feminine, which is the 11 of fire in this particular deck. You've got the 12 of fire, which is the hero in this deck, and the 5 of fire. You've got a lot of fire cards for a water sign. But the thing I see here is, and once again it follows on that thread, the outward manifestation of this story is going to be you needing to realize that going with the structure, appreciating the structure, adhering to the structure, honoring the structure, doing it by the structure is what works most for you in the month of July. But underlying all of that is the balance between masculine and feminine. In other words, the balance between being open to receiving and being the one that takes action, being open to listen to your intuition and being the one that drives things forward. And in July, that is your theme. That is what you're going to discover, that balance, striking that balance. You're going to have to be your own hero in the month of July. But there's going to be this war within you. It might manifest outwardly as conflicting situations. That's the 5 of fire there. But if you can manage to listen to your intuition and take action and be your own hero, not waiting for other people to rescue situations or rescue you, you're going to discover that you find that ultimate solution, that way of driving all that energy forward in exactly the direction you want it, and sort of like driving straight through that perceived conflict in the situation. Whether this conflict actually manifests outwardly as people standing in your way, seemingly standing in your way, or you're standing in your own way and you actually realize that it can play out in either way. But the central message for you is balance, the doing, and being open to what comes your way. Be your own hero, rescue yourself, rescue your own situations, rescue your own thinking. Don't wait for someone else to come and step in and do it, but do it by a structure and an order that you find gives you comfort. Structure and order is different things for different people, and you might be bucking the system out of habit, and in July you perhaps learn that not bucking the system is going to be the most productive, least conflict-driven road for you to take. It's going to have slight variations depending on your own life story, but that's like the central theme. That is the story to go with for you. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.